So hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about two episodes. One where my wife tried to OD on some Motrin 800s, and another one where we got into a fight and I accidentally hit my wife. So I want to start off today with feeling like hopeless, almost feeling like you're in prison. You know, you're isolated. Your wife doesn't let you do anything. You're stuck in the house. So with the first episode here, I'm going to talk about, I can barely remember how the day started off, but obviously it was nighttime and I was in the room trying to sleep, probably twisting and turning, or half asleep. But I remember, I thought I heard something like some pills, and this was out in the kitchen, maybe on the table, like some pills. And I remember kind of dozing back off and then waking back up and something clicked, like, because we had gotten in an argument. And it's always over nothing. I'm a cheater or this or that or something stupid, or I'm going home. I says, I had enough here. I want to go back home. So I go out and I see my Motrin 800s opened up and there's pills on the table. So then I start Dexel and I look. I go into the bathroom because I think I checked the bedroom out first, the other bedroom downstairs. And then I went in the bathroom and there she was laying, kind of like this, I think on the floor in her head. And I'm like, Dexel, I checked, there's a pulse. I run outside to the neighbor's house. Now, you got to remember, once we step off our property, it's dark. Nobody uses lights. Yelling, come on, somebody get up, blah, blah, blah. Nobody wants to get up. So at this time, my son and daughter are staying at the store. It's down the street from us, maybe a 5-minute walk. I run back to the house. I jump on the scooter. I was going to wake Paul, but the police station was right down the street, just a little bit further, maybe another minute or so. I run up to the police station, yelling, screaming. Nobody answers the door. It's like it's locked up. The lights are off. So I go back. I wake my son up, stepson. Paul, your mother, she took pills, but she's got a pulse. We get back. I said, call Nika, call 911. I'm just helpless because I got no phone there. My phone, I just put away. I just run off the internet to check my, checking or my accounts and stuff. I would use my wife's phone. So by the time we get back, Nika's on her way. The ambulance is coming. All the relatives are in the house now. Now they want to wake up because when Paul comes, he just speaks Bisaya, and, they don't want to help the freaking American out. So I end up, they don't have a clue. They're trying to pinch her. And to this day, I don't know if she was faking it or whatever. They're pinching her because you'll see her at the end. Why it doesn't make sense is, so then they ask me, can you carry her? I go, well, yeah, she's my wife. I've been waiting for an ambulance. So I grab her, and as I'm walking down the muddy trail, dark trail, the ambulance people come with a gurney and stuff, so we put her on there. Now they go to ship her, Nika and Paul or whoever, they rush down. By this time, I don't know if it's 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning, and I says, you guys go, I'm going to go back to the house. I'll get some stuff together. I got Mama's phone now. Text me, find out what's going on, and I can go to the emergency room because I thought something was funny, like maybe she's just faking or something. Well, then I get a text saying, so I shower, I'm waiting. They tell me they're in Bindoy. It's like an urgent care there. And they said so far Mama's like fine or whatever. And then I'm like, well, good, I don't have to go down there. And then maybe by 7 or 8 o'clock, they text and said she's out of the hospital. So how can you not wake up? You go there, and then she's out of the hospital. So something's funny. But my point is, I was stuck. I'm yelling. It's just a nightmare. Now, the other episode, me and my wife, I've only made one trip down. I come back home. I'm locked out. So 27 months. They opened up at 2 years, but I couldn't go back until 27 months until I had a business partner so I could travel. So now it's been 27 months. We had built a new house. Me and her down in Dumageddon. That's the month. I'm only down for about a month and going to try to get married. And we're at the Sierra Hotel We start off at the Sierra Hotel, and I don't know why we're down there. I don't know, because it was just me and her. So the kids were obviously back at the house, maybe Nicole in school. I don't know why. But we're at the Sierra Hotel, great hotel. And we're there, and it's around, I think, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. We run into this Canadian couple that just retired, and they were great people. And his wife met, it was him and his wife, and then his wife's sister. And they just loved Dexel. And so they're like, come on, have a drink. And Dexel doesn't drink. And this guy's buying me Long Island's. And I'm like, okay. So we're drinking Long Island's. Dexel's drinking these, I think, some kind of daiquiris. And she was like, wow, these taste so good. Or whatever it was, it tasted really good. And so we had been drinking all day there, swimming, laughing. They were great people. I remember it was nighttime. We go back to the hotel. They said something like they were going to go out to eat. We got their number, but Dexel's tired. She's not a drinker. I probably should. I still probably want to do stuff. Well, then they come knocking on the door. Hey, we'll buy you dinner. We'll buy you drinks. We're like, oh, we appreciate it, but I think we're just going to stay in. And they're like, well, no, come on. And then they're like, well, okay, here's the place we're going to be at. We're heading there now. If you want to show up, we'll treat or whatever. So actually, Dexel and I end up walking down. So we're on the boulevard. It's somewhere off the boulevard, and we can't find it. We're on the boulevard, and now you got to remember, she's been drinking, I've been drinking, and it was crowded that, I don't know if it was a weekday, weekend, and this is back a while ago. We weren't even married yet, and there's this guy, he just keeps bugging me. I remember telling Dexel, and this has happened a couple times, tell these people to stay away from me. No. They're not bugging you because they can carry TB, hepatitis. Just stay away. No means no. And something happened where I think he touched me, and I'm like, don't touch me. You're not going to come up and just start touching me. You wash your ass with your hand. And I tell my wife, and a lot of other Filipinos said, yeah, she needs to say something. One thing led to another, and a fight breaks out. And there's my wife, blah, 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 trying to this person, that person, this guy, and then I end up, I don't know how many people or the guy, and he had buddies, because, if you're fighting one, you're fighting a bunch of them. My wife ends up getting hit by me somehow in the mix. There's people, and I'm like, well, hey, I apologize, but it turned out to be a nightmare. Me and her end up being at the police station, sleeping outside. They made us stay there. Like I said, I would never want to hit my wife, but you can't fight a man's fight. Stay out. If you're not going to tell him to leave and say something, well then, you keep touching me, you keep, what? You want to try to kiss me or something? I'm going to push you out of my way. But that's how it gets down there sometimes, And I don't care if I was drinking or I'm sober. If I say no and you keep getting my face, I can tell you a couple other stories too. That's why the Philippines and some of the areas, it's just not for me. They're not used to foreigners. You think you're going to take advantage of me? You're not. You're not. If I tell you get on my face, get on my face. And I'm sorry, that's just the way I feel. There's hepatitis. There's all kinds of shit running down there, diseases. They don't need to be coming up and touching you. And my wife needed to be saying that. So now what we're having is, recently, she's bringing up that fight. Well, you hit me. Dexel, it's an accident. You shouldn't be in. Just like my business partner, who's a top-level fighter. Women need to stay out of that, or they're gonna. You're not going to come here. You don't want to say nothing, and now the guy's trying to hit me. He can't. He's not going to hurt me. I've been hit so many times. It's you better be a heavyweight. You're not going to hurt me. So somehow in the mix, she caught one like right here, and we don't really know. But now she's bringing that up. I go, well, then why did you marry me? Why did you marry me? Cut the bullshit, because now she's selling the scooter, pulling her shit, said something on the last text, like, I'll just sell the ring. I go, good. If you sell it, that's great. Then that tells me, I can cut my finger off, because I can get this tattoo off. I'll just cut my finger off. You know what I mean? But I'll get something new then. Let me know so I can move on. Cut the bullshit, but that's what they like to do, but like I said, I'm listening like everybody else said, and there's no more money. I told Nicole, It's kind of bad that I put all the money aside so your college is covered, but now I'm not going to pay for it. No, though she left me a message and said that you're acting like our father. Your father was never around. You were 8 years old when Dexel took the kids. She's the eldest. She's either 7 or 8. Like, you can really remember. But there's a second side. Maybe Dexel treated him like she's treating me, and then so he said, "Fuck it. I can't move her out. I'll just go start another family." And I think that guy in Dexel lived at his parents' house, and then he was never around. His father was never around because they're divorced. So it's just like a big soap opera. But I think there's two sides, you know. But what I can tell you is, if you see Dexel, she's all nice and so innocent, but then she gets mad, evil. She's like a firecracker. A pit bull. Super little, but like a frickin' pit bull. I've never seen anybody rah, with that machete and, this ain't your house. But, you know what? I go, you can't keep bringing up the past, but Filipinas want to do that. They're going to bring up the past. Well, you did this, you did that. And then, you know what? You shouldn't have frickin' married me, because I've never been married, and I don't care to be married. I only did it out of the respect of the kids. I don't need to be married, and I don't need to retire in the Philippines. I don't have to live like that. I wasn't looking to go to Asia. It's just the way me and her found each other on Facebook. That's what she doesn't get. I don't need to be there. But now, if things don't work out, it's kind of cool that I did find Asia, because there's a lot of other countries I want to go to, But right now, I'm getting no help. She said something like, "Oh, your attorney, you got a court date. He's coming down to our town of Tayasan because I think they denied me. They're supposed to throw it out, but she said they denied me." Well, then show me the piece of paper. Send it to me so I can see it. So I don't know if she's telling the truth on this or telling the truth on that. It's nothing but drama. So I just blocked her right now. I just blocked her and said, you know what? And I wanted to kind of go to the Philippines, but I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to Thailand. And like I said, I'm leaving here right at the end. I'll be gone at that last week of February. I think I'm going to go over to Thailand. I'll blog over there. I got some stuff mapped out now. And then from there, maybe to Vietnam, then Vietnam, maybe to the Philippines. But I got to see. This case I got's a minor case, but they might pull some shit. If they want to lock me out of the country, that's fine. I never have to go back there. I don't care. It's a smelly, rotten, as soon as you step out of the bubble or you're off that nice beach, they do not care about that country. And you got to remember, with that new president in there now, there's a lot of drugs going on now. You got a lot of people that are on drugs. They're not scared no more. I remember the stepdaughter said something too, like, make sure you watch Nadine. There's kidnappings going now for little ones. In Dumaguete, there's a lot of addicts out there again. But like I said, even the stepdaughter, they caught the one video I posted. Oh, they were talking shit, and then you're drinking. I go, you're Filipinos. My wife drives me to do stuff like that. I can't leave nowhere. I'm in my own prison. I'm just going to sit there in the house. I can't go nowhere. What the fuck's that? What did I get married for? If I go for a walk, you got somebody else. Who the frick wants to live like that? But that's, and I know a lot of people that are living like that. You can do no right. I go, I'm not going to live like this. And right now, the way it's going, I can't even have a conversation with her. She's that screwed up in the head, And now the kids, I'm like, they think it's my fault Paul got hit. All right, fine, it's my fault. I didn't hit him in the head. And then what? The guy can keep throwing cups over until he hits me in the head? Then I don't want to live there. All right, so it's my fault. What do you want? So I'm going to live like this is my fault, and let's just get a divorce. Because whatever. It's whatever. If it's my fault, I can take it. Sorry, and I'll move on. But I can't stick up. I can't say nothing. Then I don't want to live there, and then I don't want to be married. I can't go nowhere. You're a cheater. But like I said, she's going to take pills and put me through that, and then bring up, like, you're trying to, all you had to do is yell at the guy in the first place, like I told her to, and then now him and his buddy are trying to fight me, and to be honest with you, if I'm drunk and they want to fight, I like to fight, because that's what I do. I train for that. So it's like, I'm just having fun, but then look, then my wife got a little tapper, It happens, You don't enter into a man's fucking zone. And I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. But anyways, like I said, any date in the Filipinas, good luck. And like I said, that dating app that the brand that I'm sponsored by, I mean, maybe I'm going to be using that app one day. No time soon, but maybe in 5 or 10 years when I get older. But if this marriage don't work out, man, I'm happy to be by myself. I can travel. I don't have no drama, you know. I remember there was a time, peace. I had so much peace. I get married, and it just turned to shit. But anyway, stay tuned. Like I said, we're getting closer. I'm going to get over to Asia here real soon. Thanks for listening.